What is going on, guys? This is Mr. DeLorian here. Welcome back to a brand new video, and today what I wanted to do is review episode 3 of season 10 of The Walking Dead, titled Ghost. Now, I will only be reviewing this episode in this video or anything, mainly because the breakdown I feel will just take too long, and it's just extremely unnecessary and anything. That's how I've been feeling for a long time with breakdowns, as I feel they just take up way too much of the video and everything. I feel like they're just incredibly unnecessary. So this video and everything, I will be only reviewing the episode and everything, and I might decide, honestly, over the course of, the next episode or anything, if I will be continuing with breaking down the episodes. But without further ado, let's hop right into the review. So this episode, in my opinion, was probably the best this season, at least in my opinion and everything. Mainly because it had so many good, just, really tense and good moments. So I do have a list here and everything on my phone of all, like, the good moments that I enjoyed and everything, why they were good, and just tons of, like, moments I liked and disliked and everything about this episode. So let's hop right into those. The Aaron and Negan duo with this episode was very interesting and funny, especially with how they went from, going at each other's throats and everything to being just funny, somewhat pals. I really liked how, both of them, were to, like, worked together, I guess. Especially when Negan was assigned to, work with Aaron or anything by Gabriel, and how, Negan gave off his funny quotes. I really liked how they, like, fought together in that one scene. If you saw the episode, then you know what I'm talking about. But I really liked how they kind of fought together and everything, and how, Negan, like, kind of gave that big speech to Aaron and everything, and how Aaron kind of got blinded. I thought that was really cool. I also thought there was this really funny part of, like, their whole, like, duo part of the episode plotline is when Aaron stumbled into the house or whatever, and he stumbled past Negan and everything. He didn't even see Negan, and Negan was kind of just sitting in, like, the chair and everything, staring at him, kind of going, "You dumbass," and everything, as he was walking around. I thought that was kind of funny. I just thought it was just really fun to watch them, together, especially how Negan, helped Aaron at the end of the day and everything, and basically, like, took watch during the night and everything, and basically, saved him. I thought their entire, like, just duo and everything was just really cool. I really liked it this episode, and I think that they could build a relationship this season. Not, relationship, but, get to kind of, like, building to the point where they can actually work together in this, show. Moving on to the next point, I thought Daryl and Michonne and everything meeting Gamma was really cool. Like, Gamma's just such a cool character and everything, and combining them with Daryl and Michonne, I think, was just made it, like, everything just so much more badass and cooler. Especially when Daryl accused, like, Gamma and the Whispers, I think, of sending the waves to Alexandria, and Gamma when it wasn't us and everything twice. Like, I thought that was just so cool. Moving on to the next point, I liked the border meeting and everything. I thought that was very creepy and intense, especially with Samantha Moran and Melissa McBride's amazing performances and everything, as being two, very hard clashing, like, souls. I liked when Alpha started to, like, taunt, like, Carol and everything, and, like, Michonne and Daryl both gave her looks of, like, oh my god, what's gonna happen and everything. Like, I liked when, like, Alpha started to taunt her, and, like, she was, like, really being, cruel and being very, very, like, scary and everything. Like, she was being what Alpha's supposed to be, and I don't feel was really, a decent amount in, like, like I say, season 9. Like, she was being very scary and everything, and being very, like, Alpha-ish. And I thought, like, the scene where, like Carol shot at Alpha and everything was very, very cool. Like, it was one of the moments that I'm pretty sure, like, got everyone riled up and everything, and I thought was, like, very cool and everything. I also thought it was really cool and everything how Daryl, like, caressed, like, Carol after that and everything, basically, like, got her to, like, leave and everything. I also thought it was pretty cool when the Whispers took the pikes out of, like, the ground and everything, and Alpha said, "This is my land now," and everything, "You better run," and everyone started, like, running, and Alpha and her Whispers started marching after them and everything, like, with the sticks marking new borders, because obviously, like, Alpha knows that they crossed into her land 3 separate times, I think, one of them being, the winter time in the season 9 finale. So I think she just, in this episode, they pretty much, like, established new borders and everything as kind of a punishment or consequence for them crossing the borders. Moving on to the next point, I thought it was really cool and everything in the woods when, like, like, Carol, Michonne, Daryl, and, some, like, their people or whatever were taking shelter in the woods and everything, and, like, camping, and Carol saw the Whispers, in the woods and everything, and, like, started shooting at them, running after them, and how they, just the Whispers, I think it's so cool and everything, how creepy they look, how, like, as they were staring and watching them. Like, I just thought that was really cool in general and everything, and how she said to, like, Daryl and Michonne going, "Oh, there's Whispers." Moving on to the next point, I actually really liked the whole school sequence and everything in this episode. Like, I thought it was all just really cool and everything that happened in there was pretty much really cool, especially kind of Carol's hallucinations, which I'll hop into, like, the more of the hallucinations later and anything, and go more in depth with them. But I really liked how, like, her, like, talk with Daryl and everything, and kind of, like, Daryl's kind of a, hallucinated backstory, because Daryl did talk about, his father and everything in this episode and everything, how he's a truck driver, but obviously Carol was hallucinating that and everything, and that never really was what Daryl said. But I thought that was all cool and everything, and especially when Carol got strung up inside, like, the gymnasium, I thought that was very cool, and how that Whisper started, like, taunting her and everything. But yeah, I really liked also Daryl and, Carol's kind of, like, duo and everything this episode, kind of like how I liked Negan and Aaron or anything. I liked Carol and, you know, Daryl, mainly because like they're two characters, I think, who just really play well off of each other, in my opinion. I also really like the Whisper that was taunting Carol inside the gymnasium, and I thought that was like really just cool because it was a very suspicious Whisper. I think I liked how it kind of taunted and played with her, like her prey. I also thought it was really cool when the Whisper let all the walkers into, you know, the gymnasium to kill Carol. I thought that was kind of a bit of a parallel or whatever, or kind of similar to the scene when in season 5 or whatever, Carol let all the walkers into Terminus, I think, to kill that one woman inside the room. I thought those scenes like felt connected. I don't like think they were meant to be connected, but it felt connected, or it felt like similar scenes or whatever. But I thought that whole sequence inside, like, you know, the skull was really cool, which is just pretty much everything that happened there. But like I said, my next point, I think hallucination wise and everything, I thought it was really cool, especially with the photo that Carol saw inside the gym, like saw inside the skull, whatever, with all like Lizzie, Mika, Sophia, Sam, Henry, and kind of like a season 2 looking Carol and everything. I thought that was really cool, and it was kind of, you know, what's funny is it was really cool, but it was also kind of all right. Like I really wish they kind of put more effort into it, and, you know, like actually brought, you know, all of them into, you know, all into a scene together besides a photo. Like all of them, you know, like the best way I could put it is all of them, you know, actually live action in a scene or anything instead of in a photo. They did it, I think, when Tyrese died or anything with Lizzie and Mika, and I think some other characters or anything, but I really wish they did that. But besides that, that whole, like, you know, part where like seeing them in the photo and anything was really cool in general, in my opinion. I also really like the Henry hallucinations or anything when Carol saw like Henry, you know, in the gymnasium, like broken glass door. That was really cool. Like, well, she didn't really see Henry or whatever, but how he's like behind her and anything, how he's going mom, was just super creepy and cool. Also the scene when Carol woke up and everything to go downstairs and we saw like Daryl, you know, being a dad or anything, and flipping pancakes and making breakfast. I thought that was really funny and weird because when I first saw that scene and everything, and when Daryl was cooking breakfast, I was like, oh, okay, that's normal. But when Carol, like, you know, said, oh, we're out of jam, and Daryl said go to the store, and especially when he went for his wallet and handed her money, I was like, well, this is confusing or anything, but obviously it was revealed as a flashback. But also in that scene, we got to see Henry sitting at the table and I think going, mom, where are you going, and everything, when she was going to the store. I thought that was really creepy and cool. Moving on to the next point, I think I also liked, you know, when like the kind of, I guess you could say, Sadiq's and, you know, Dante's kind of dynamic this episode. I think they only got really one, like, you know, scene together, or one kind of, you know, like, I guess you could say a heartfelt or, you know, really big moment together. But this is pretty much the scene where, you know, Dante and, you know, Sadiq sat, you know, the table and everything, having, like, you know, like some glasses of moonshine and everything, and Dante started bringing up saying, you know, Sadiq's been acting very, like, you know, kind of twitchy and everything, and just around like pretty much everyone and everything, and he obviously started bringing up a point to kind of help Sadiq or whatever. He pretty much brought up someone that, you know, Dante knew or whatever. He actually got very serious. That's also something that I liked in this episode. We got to see a more, like, you know, serious side of Dante, which we haven't been able to see yet, and that's a part of that, like, Dante's been kind of lacking this season. I think is being serious is what, like, you know, a part that he had in the comics, where he was kind of jokey, but he was also serious. But pretty much Dante said to, you know, Sadiq and everything, said that he had a friend or whatever, someone that he knew inside, you know, I guess like in the military or whatever, because if you didn't already, Dante was, you know, a military medic and everything before the apocalypse. He said he knew someone or anything that pretty much saw his entire squad die, you know, in war and everything, had PTSD, but over time and everything eventually got better and everything, pretty much saying to Sadiq and everything, over time you'll get better and everything with whatever you're going through. But Dante ends up revealing everything, which is really cool, and basically says that he's the soldier who had PTSD and had to watch his entire squad die, and how he eventually got over with it, like, over time, I think, which was really cool because it shows, you know, at least like Dante and Sadiq have a connection and how they could become actually very cool, you know, like a cool duo, you know, this season. I really liked Dante this episode, actually, a lot more than his first appearance. I actually liked him, like, so much more in this, like, you know, sequence. Like, I thought, you know, like, Dante and, you know, Sadiq and everything talking, you know, laughing, drinking moonshine, I think, especially, you know, like, the end of the conversation was really, like, funny and cool when, you know, they started joking and just laughing around. I thought that was just really cool, sweet, and funny in general. Moving on to my next point, I think I like the ending and everything. I thought it was genuinely creepy and scary, especially, like, because let me kind of break down the ending scene. So Carol shot at, like, a Whisper and everything when she was, like, strung up inside the gymnasium or anything. I guess she hit like a Whisper or something. Yeah, a Whisper. And near the end of the episode, we pretty much get a panning over shot of, like, you know, Whisper and everything bleeding out and everything. And I'm assuming it's a Whisper wherever that Carol shot by accident, because I don't think it's the same Whisper that strung her up in the first place. It didn't look like it, at least. But the Whisper is technically bleeding out and everything, and the Whisper has its eyes closed and everything, and then near the end of the episode, it pretty much opens them wide and everything, and it looks super cool and creepy. Like, this was probably the first shot ever where I actually genuinely felt really scared of the Whispers, and it looked scary as hell. Like, I've always thought the Whispers and anything in the show and the comics, they have been also really, really cool and, like, creepy villains, especially in the show. But there was never a moment where I was very, like I was just scared as hell as them. Maybe I was scared of Baden or anything, but not as much as the Whispers in general. But this Whisper opening his eyes wide and everything, like, it looked very fucking scary, creepy, and cool. But let me move on to some things that I actually didn't really like about the episode. Like, I didn't hate them, but I just didn't really think they were amazing. I thought the opening minutes were all right and everything. They were very intense and everything and fun, you know, with everyone killing all the waves of walkers and everything, but I felt like it went by way too quick for me to really be able to actually enjoy it. Like, it went by so quick. Like, there wasn't really much dialogue. Like, well, there's some dialogue and anything, but it wasn't really like it was like a fun scene, but it wasn't really fun, like, you know, cool dialogue. Also, a moment we've all been waiting for and anything, you know, the scene that we all saw in the trailer, we were all so excited for and anything when she, like, Carol mentioned anything about, like, you know, Alpha and anything, so the bitch has to die. It felt like it was very, very, you know, rushed and very quick. So let me kind of break down the scene for you. So, you know, Michonne goes over to talk to Carol and anything about, you know, how, you know, Carol shot at Alpha and everything, saying, oh, like, I only stopped doing anything so everyone else could live. But just, like, just really quickly, right after Michonne says this and everything, like, Carol immediately goes, the bitch has to die, and just walks away or anything. Like, I thought the scene was gonna be directed, or Carol's gonna be talking to Daryl, which I think would have made the scene more impactful for me also. It felt like it was very just rushed and quick. Like, she just said the bitch has to die and just walked away. I wish that scene would have went on for a little bit longer and everything. Like, she didn't even have to say anything else. She just had to say the bitch has to die, anything to Daryl and everything, and just stood there for a couple of seconds so we could get some tension. But instead, she just walked away. But, you know, it was all right, and it was just a cool line, I guess, in general or anything. I just wish it went on for a little bit more longer. There's just more stuff to the scene. But besides that and all that and everything and all, like, you know, the opinions I had on this episode, I thought, like I said, this was probably the best episode of the season for me, because it was just really, like, you know, there's tons of really cool moments mixed with, like, you know, Negan and Aaron and everything, the border meeting and, you know, the gymnasium and the school and everything with all, like, the group and everything. Like, all of it was just really, like, I thought this, like I said, was a very good episode. I think the best this season, in my opinion. And also, like, kind of more of, like, a personal channel note or anything. I hope you guys can understand anything why, you know, I'm probably most likely going to stop doing the breakdowns and only do reviews from now on, since obviously, you know, it, like, means, like, the reviews will come out quicker and everything. All these videos will come out quicker and anything regarding the episodes, because obviously breakdowns just take way too long to break down, like, a 43-minute episode and get everything down and everything. It just feels like it was just take too long. But I really hope you guys did enjoy this, you know, video or anything. Make sure to leave your opinions down below on the episode or anything. Did you guys enjoy the episode? What did you guys enjoy most about the episode? Make sure to leave your opinions, like, about my opinion and everything. And yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe and everything. Make sure to leave a review if you guys are listening on iTunes or any other podcasting websites. And yep, I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe for more Walking Dead content and everything. And yep, I'll see you guys later. Peace, my amigos, and peace out.